Today we are looking at equations. We have rectangular equations, which have x's and y's in them, as all rectangular equations do, just x and just y, some type of an algebra thing that you have been doing for years and years and years, compared to polar equations, which have r's and thetas. So we're going to be converting from an xy equation into an r theta equation and vice versa. Okay, we can get lines, we can get circles, we can get parabolas, right? We have all the things that you can represent with an algebraic equation, you can represent with a polar equation. Okay, so remember, these are our four basic polar equalities. X is r times the cosine of theta. Y equals r times the sine of theta. The tangent of our angle is y over x, right? The opposite over the adjacent. And then we have your Pythagorean theorem, x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Okay, so that's what we're going to be trying to create. And each of these problems is we're going to create something that looks like one of those four. Okay, so like number one here, we have the equation r equals 2. So it's really important to understand what that graph might look like. What would the graph look like if I had a radius of 2? Right? What kind of shapes have radiuses? Circles. So you need to understand that this is the graph of a circle, literally with a radius of 2. So if we were going to graph this, then you don't have to, but if we were graphing this, we would go 2 units away and we would make a circle, and this is r equals 2. The radius of that circle is 2 in every direction. So we want to write that as an x and a y kind of thing. Okay, so looking over here, which one of our four equations has an r equal in it already? Do we see r equals anywhere? I see x equals blah, blah, blah. I see y equals. I see tan theta equals. Oh, here I see not r equals, but what? R squared. Remember our mathematical rules. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So what if I squared both sides? Right? That is mathematically legal. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So r squared equals 4. Okay? If radius equals 2, then r squared equals 4. Both of those are true mathematical statements. So now that I have r squared, I can do my substitution. What does r squared equal? X squared plus y squared. So instead of r squared, I'm going to have x squared plus y squared. That's how these questions work. You have to create a situation that can be replaced by one of those four equations up above. These are the only four that you get. So we want to make one of those four equations each and every single time. Okay? So number 2, what do we have on number 2? R equals 4 cosecant. What does a cosecant represent as far as our trigonometry? What can we replace cosecant with? Cosecant we can replace with something with sine, but what is the cosecant? 1 over sine, right? That's the one we want. 1 over sine. 1 over sine. So we have r equals 4 times 1 over sine. Okay, which is good. What do we have up here in this corner? Well, we have r times sine, or we have r times cosine. So can I, through algebra, create one of those two things? What operation is going on here, 1 over sine? That's division. How do we undo division? Multiplication. So let's multiply both sides by sine, right? And that will, in essence, divide that out. Sine divided by sine is 1. And on the left side, this becomes r times the sine of theta equals 4. So now, do we have something that we can replace? And the answer is yes. What can we replace r sine of theta with?
Y.
That can be replaced with the letter y. Remember, we don't want to have r's and thetas. We want to have x's and y's. So we're trying to create something that can be replaced by an x or a y. So we either want to start with we want to make an r squared, because we can replace r squared with x squared plus y squared. We can make an r cosine theta. We can replace that with x, or can we make an r sine theta? We can replace that with y. Okay, so this is some manipulation so that we can substitute. So 11 is done similarly, right? What can we replace secant with? 1 over the cosine. Secant is also known as 1 over the cosine. That's one of our identities that maybe we have learned. Those are identical. The secant and 1 over the cosine are identical. So just like with our last problem, our next algebra step is multiply both sides by cosine. So r times the cosine of theta equals 11. Can we replace now? Yes, we replace r cosine with x. So the beginning, that is an equation of a vertical line, right? X equals 11 is a vertical line through 11. R equals 11 secant of theta is a polar equation for a vertical line. Okay, kind of crazy. And this one over here, this was a horizontal line because y equals is a horizontal line. So we're trying to create things that we can replace. Okay, how about this one? R equals 4 times the cosine of theta. What do we want to do here? This one, we're actually going to multiply both sides by r. Rather than squaring, because that doesn't help us, we're going to multiply both sides by r. So that gives me an r squared over here and a 4r cosine over there. Okay? So what two things can I replace now? R squared with x squared plus y squared. And I can replace r cosine with x. So I get x squared plus y squared equals 4x. So to continue on with this circle equation, we're going to do a little bit extra math. Okay, so we're going to start with x squared plus y squared equals 4x. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the x onto this side and create what's going to be a circle equation. Okay, this one does not have a center at the origin. Its center is somewhere else. And to figure out where that center is, we have to do an algebraic thing called completing the square. And you probably haven't done this in a while, and it's just algebra, so quit freaking out about completing the square. So when we complete the square, that means we want to create that as a perfect trinomial that factors to something quantity squared. So how we do that is, from Algebra 2, we take half of our middle number and we square it. It's called completing the square. What's half of negative 4? Negative 2. And what's negative 2 squared? 4. So I'm going to add 4 into this box right there. And I also have to add 4 to here. because what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. Now these three factor to x minus 2, because what numbers multiply to give you positive 4 and add to give negative 4? Negative 2 and negative 2, which is why it's 1 factor squared. Plus y squared equals 4. Okay? So I know you probably have not remembered, but this is a circle centered at 2, 0 with a radius of 2. So this is a circle equation that is not centered at the origin like the one up above it was. This one is centered along the positive x-axis. Okay, so this is our final answer right there. So how should we proceed with number 5? Which is pretty much the same as number 4, but with a different trig word. So what's our steps here? Multiply by r to get r squared equals negative 8r sine theta. Okay, and I put the r next to the sine because I'm going to replace this with y. I'm going to replace r squared with x squared plus y squared. Okay, so once again I have a circle equation that's not at the origin, and I'm going to need to complete the square in order to figure out where that center is going to be. So there's our final answer. Okay, number 6, theta equals 5. So what do we think about this one? So this one, we're going to use our tan theta equals y over x business. Okay, so I have theta equals 5. So what do I have to do to theta in order to make it look like this? Well, simply take the tangent of both sides. Okay, what you do to the left, you have to do to the right. So tan theta does not equal 5, but tan theta equals tan 5. Okay, you might not know this, but the tangent of 5 is a number. If you type that into your calculator, it would give you a decimal number. And you would move on because that's what it is. So what can I replace?
X over y, or y over x.
I can replace tan theta with y over x. And no longer have a theta in my problem. So here, my last step is to multiply by x. Because I don't want to have y and x on the same side unless it's x squared and y squared, which is a circle. We don't have that. So our final answer, y equals the tangent of 5x. Okay, not the tangent of 5x, but the number tan 5 times x, okay, which is your slanted line. Tan of 5, that's probably going to be negative. So it's a slanted line that goes through your origin and has a slope of tan 5. Okay, so that's how we do these ones. We want to replace with other values. Okay, we're replacing things with their equivalents. So here, we don't have an x squared equals, but we do have an x equals. So if I can change x squared into x, then I might be in business. And I can do that by square rooting. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. And now that I have x, I can replace x with r times the cosine of theta. So the last thing to do with these polars is to solve for r. Every polar equation is going to be solved for r, so I have to divide both sides by cosine. And what is my trig equation when I divide something by cosine? That's actually going to be a secant. So the answer is r equals 4 secant of theta. Okay, this one is pretty much a straight substitution. We already have an x and we already have a y.
Square.
So we're going to replace both of those with r cosine theta and r sine theta. There's no need to do any algebraic anything. Just replace x with r cosine and y with r sine. So straight substitution, no algebraic manipulation needed in this question. But now we do have to solve for r. So notice that I have an r in this part of my equation, and I have an r in that part of my equation. So what can I do to make two r's into one r? The word is factor. If both of them are multiplied by r, I can take that multiplication outside of some parentheses. That leaves 4 cosine theta minus 5 sine theta. When I have that common multiplier, that means I can take that common multiplier and write it outside of some parentheses. I undistribute. Undistribute, right? Factoring is undistributing. So both of these have the r in common. I pull it out. And now I have r times all this stuff. How do I get rid of multiplication? By dividing. I divide 3 by this whole entire equation. And you don't have to do any other simplifying other than that. We have r equals. That's good enough for math. Okay, our final example. Well, this one, we know what x squared plus y squared is. That's the same thing as r squared. So then to solve this for r, we take the square root of both sides, and the radius is going to be the square root of 10. Okay, so that is the answer for our last one. Simply by replacing x squared plus y squared with r squared, now we have your polar equation. So all polar equations are r equals, or in this case, theta equals, if you want to have a line. Okay, so you want to replace r's with their x and y counterparts, so that we have an x and a y as our equation, rather than an r equals. Okay, there's your polar to rectangular conversions, and vice versa. Have a great day.